Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Strange Darklings. I am your host, Kazi Alexiel. Thank you for tuning in. So, today we are going to be talking about the festival life. So, being in central Canada, we do have a lot of festival options. We have newer ones starting up all the time, especially in the prairies, or we have our more noted and recognized festivals such as like Shambhala, Astral Harvest, Base Coast, Motion Ocean. Those are the ones that are out west. We also do have a bunch out east, and music festivals are not just for electronic music either. So we have here in the prairies a huge country one called Dauphin Country Fest, and we also have another one that is just outside of Manitoba at one of our provincial parks, and it's called Folk Fest. So you can imagine what type of music that has. And most of our music festivals are outdoors. There's a lot of camping. There is a lot of random, costumes, events, people making it amazing. We bring in international acts. And now that I am a part of one of our music festivals that have just recently popped up in Manitoba as of last year, Emotion Music and Arts Festival, I can definitely say I appreciate the people who throw it. I appreciate the volunteers who help every year. Also, the people who actually make the festival. So, one of the things that happens is you roll up to the festival, you and your friends, you got a, truck full, van full of people, car full, whatever it is. And so you go in, you get your security checks and everything like that, and then you come into the festival, find your perfect camping spot where you're going to be in the trees so you don't get enough sun, or however your preference is, and then you go and you walk around, and there is so much visual art. Most of the stages have done up huge like scaffolding and huge imaging. There's at night where it's lit up, and all the projections that are on there, all the decorations that have been placed, and I appreciate the people who actually do that. And also, I want to thank the patrons who actually come to the events, who help make the atmosphere as well. So, to all you people who have LED clothing that you made yourself and you spent like a month making before the festival, and all the, magical staffs with like signs on it, and even bicycles where you guys put like streamers and like festival things. Last year I saw a lot of LED tires and LED traveling on like bikes and scooters and all this weird stuff to get around from site to site. And you guys actually make this fantastic for us. You help bring the atmosphere, and you help create a positive energy, especially for if you're dancing and there's a large crowd of people in front of the DJ, and everything's just lit up and it's gorgeous. And thank you. That is one of the things we did want to talk about. And it doesn't matter what type of music festival you're at. You could be at Dauphin Country Fest in Manitoba. You could be at Motion Ocean. You can be at Emotion. You can be at Astral Harvest. You can even be at some of the industrial events that happen in like Toronto and Quebec. It doesn't matter if it's inner city or outer city, but keep up the work on those costumes. Keep making this a positive experience. Last year, I noticed that there was a lot of signs for people giving out free hugs. Yes, that is a thing. And that is fantastic, being able to share what you have on yourself, or what you are, to somebody around you that you don't even know. It's a great way to make new friends, a great way to just get to know people more, which is actually kind of fun and entertaining. And We do have a lot of festivals all over, whether it be like the jazz community. We even have folk fests. We have a lot, and I know that festivals are popular in every country all around the world. It doesn't matter where you are. But one thing we are going to be focusing on more today is the electronic music festival scene. And bringing in headliners and high end acts can be a little bit harder, especially if they've already got a full roster. They have to go around to all these other places. They're bouncing from city to city, if not from country to country, and bringing them in at the public's request. So now I know for Emotion Music and Arts Festival, since I am one of the coordinators of that, we do a lot of checking with the crowd to see what they want. So throughout the year, we will throw pre-parties, and then we'll bring in like high-end DJs and acts for that as well. But then with the pre-parties itself, that is our fundraising to go into the music festival. So we can bring in better, higher no name or better, higher big name acts. But we can also bring in some local talent or provincial talent. And we even have some that come out from country or from different provinces just to be part of our event. And we are super grateful for that as well. And I love being able to go to a music festival and go camping in the middle of the trees and meet a bunch of people, hanging out and talking to these guys. And, these people are like, yeah, I'm some big name DJ from another country. So last year, I'm going to bring in DJ Meet Katie because he was the memory I have. So there was a situation where he ended up in my camper trailer last year, which is fine by me. And so we were hanging out all night, goofing around, me, him, and a bunch of people. And he was some guy I had no idea about. And I heard his music before, but chilling with the DJs as they're sitting in the crowds, they're hanging out with us. They are regular people too. You can go up and talk to them. You can go up and be like, hey, how's it going? I like your tunes. I like what you do. I listen to your stuff at home. I have your blah, blah, blah music festival set saved on my phone. Sweet. They love hearing that, but they also want to know the real you. They want to get to know who you actually are. Most of them are just weary travelers who want to come hang out with the people who listen to them and make them who they are. So, you guys, I'm just going to say, don't be shy. Don't get worried about what you're saying or what you're doing because they love it. And I know another thing is I really appreciate for festivals is bodies and the body imaging. So Emotion, Music, and Arts, you do have to be of age to be there. So in our province, it's 18 up. And so that creates such a positive environment because we end up having a lot of nudity, especially during the daytime. It's warm out, it's really hot, it's plus 26 degrees Celsius, and so we're all baking like ovens, and then all of a sudden, bam, you're sitting on the beach, and all of a sudden the girl beside you is body painted and naked, or the guy beside you just takes off his clothes. And the fact that it's so body positive and body image correct, because nobody cares what you look like. They love the way that your body painted. We're going to comment on it. We're going to share the experience. And if we ask you and you allow it, maybe even take some photos of it. But that's the whole, consensual and sensuality about it. As the golden rule is consent is sexy. But it's just a great positive experience. I love seeing the art, especially in campsites. Now, when people are camping and they come out and they'll do up their whole campsite, so they'll find their little nook of haven for the weekend or however long it goes, and set up like signs in the trees. They'll have little art decorations stuck into their little tent areas. They'll have like LED signs. Heck, even a couple of times when I've gone out to music festivals, we actually made a pulley system and put signs into the trees and like little art designs and pegs so we knew our way back. We've even had like light up solar powered little lanterns as like a little pathway, especially in the dark when you can't really see where you're going too well. It is one of the best things to use. And it's just such an amazing experience to see everybody who's helping, who's participating, going down to the beach or even a grassy area during the day and seeing all the people practicing their circus arts, like all the hula hoops and all the poi, and even all the like staffs. Stilt walking, that was a huge thing. It still is, depending on what kind of stilts you have and if the ground's level enough. And costumes for days. Doesn't matter what type of costume you're wearing. You could be even just chilling out in a onesie in the middle of the night. Or you could be rocking like some 5-piece box costume with lights in it, you know, looking like a squirrel or a transformer or whatever it is. And festivals are all about just bringing people together, bringing things close. Walking down vendor alley, and there's a bunch of people with different items to sell, different wares, stuff from all over Canada, handmade goods, anything like that. And festivals are really just about connecting and getting to know people. And when you are at festivals, so you always end up in like a certain type of euphoric mind state. And the only drawback is when you're done at the festival and you come home, it does take a couple of days to readjust back into normal society. And the reason I say that is there has been times, especially for myself, where I've come home and then I'm like seeing people on the street randomly saying hi to them and being like, how's it going? I like your bag. I like your shoes. And they just kind of stare at you weird. They're like, why is this strange goth girl talking to me? And it's like, oh, right. I'm not in the middle of the trees anymore where I can get away with being weird and doing this stuff. I have to kind of rein my brain in, right? And bring it back. But to everybody who does come out to festivals, just one thing I want to say is keep your campsites clean. Please don't leave a mess. That is a huge problem that has been known to happen at music festivals. Respect yourself, respect your everything around you. If you're a smoker, please bring like a butt can of any sort at your campsite, even like a portable one. Don't just throw them on the ground because somebody does have to clean that later. If you have any cups or anything like that, just make sure you clean them. And always bring plastic. One of the reasons I say that is because when you're in the middle of nowhere and you drop a glass bottle and it breaks, who's going to clean that up? Are you going to sit there into the mud and try and clean it up as best you can? I know most festivals across Canada actually have a no glass rule. Yes, sometimes people sneak it past. We're not supposed to have it. You know how that situation goes. But it's just clean up, be respectful. There usually is somebody or a drop-off point for you to leave your garbage in. If they don't have couriers who come around during the festival to pick it up or anything like that. But keep everything clean. Respect the people around you. Don't be a jerk. Don't create a hasty environment. And just try to keep as positive as you can. So we are going to be wrapping up this segment fairly shortly, but I want to thank everybody who's listening. And also remember, any music festival you go to, just be awesome and keep up the good work on those outfits, people. I have seen some elaborate and amazing things, and I cannot wait to see what this year is going to be in store for it. So remember, keep your outfits bright, wear your makeup, wear whatever you want, keep the environment going, and respect everything that's around you. So thank you guys for tuning in to another episode of Strange Darklings, and this one's all about the rave life. If you guys like what we do, give us a comment, like, share, whatever the social media shenanigans is, and Thanks for tuning in. I am your host, Kazi Alexiel, and I hope you guys have a strange night.